And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a small game from Oink Publishers called Mr. Face. Now, Mr. Face was actually a game that I was pretty excited about before going into Gen Con, where this game was first released, because I liked the idea of it, where you would make a facial expression and everyone had to pick what the facial expression was. It has a very similar sound to Dixit, which is one of my favorite party games. So let's check it out. In this game, each person is given an arrow of their color, so there can be up to 6 players here. A face is put in the middle of the table and a bunch of shapes that will go on that face. Each player is going to be drawing 5 cards from this deck, which are going to have different things on them. Sorry, I like someone else. Me, I'm not doing anything. Sleepy, I lost. That's enough for today. I'm going to bed. Good luck, I'll never forget you. I'm hot. Ha ha ha, not funny, I got a bad feeling about this, etc. So one person's going to be designated as the face man, or the face maker, I'm sorry. They're going to draw a card from the deck. They're going to try to make that face. So they're going to use these shapes to make a face. Now, while they're doing that, every other player is going to be counting to 100, going around the table. 1, 2, 3, out loud. And so this person only has up to 100 to make that. So while they're making this, everyone else is counting, and if you finish first, that's, so be it, but I've never yet ever seen that happen. Once it's done, everyone looks at the face, and they'll play a card to the middle of the table. These cards will be mixed with the correct card, and if we have less than 6 cards, you'll draw up to 6, so there will always be 6 cards to pick from. So then they're shuffled, and then you'll put them out. Uh-oh, I think I got locked in, or yeah, this is the best, or I'm surrounded, I can't get away, or is this really how you do it, or sorry, I like someone else, or so hungry. Everybody will talk, and then they'll point their arrows at the ones that they think is the correct answer. So in this case, the correct answer was sorry, I like somebody else. So orange and purple each get a point. They'll take one of these cards, put it face out in front of them to show that they've got a point. Then the person who made it, in this case it's Gray. Gray was the one making the face. They get 1 point for each person who guesses correctly. So Gray would get 2 points. And you keep doing this until each player has had a chance to make the face once. And whoever gets the most points is the winner of the game. You also can use your phone if you want to, the rules say, and you can, well, I guess I can't do my face, there we go. You can make selfies of yourself, so, making a selfie, and that will allow you to use your phones rather than making faces with these different shapes here. Otherwise, the game plays the exact same way. Now, Oink always manages to squeeze a whole pile of stuff into the box here. The rules themselves are very, very short. The cards, there's not a ton of cards. I wouldn't mind if there's more. The clouds look so nice. Some of the things are a little odd phraseology. Most of them are fine, but occasionally it just seems like there's just some, odd phrasing. The cards are in English and in Spanish. This was very specific. Sorry for being 2 hours late. This must be love. This is what Kirk says. Anyhow, the different pieces that you put out here are fine. There's a lot of different ways to make faces. You have these 5-point tokens in case you get more than 5 points. The components are fine. Everything fits into the box. A little bit bigger wouldn't have hurt, but that's how Oink does stuff. This game has a lot of problems, production being one of them. Like I said, it's probably too small for what it is. But forgetting that, there's a couple things. First of all, that rule where everyone counts to 100 is one of the most annoying, silly rules I've ever seen. And I would be very surprised if any game group does it more than once. Be that whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's annoying to everyone involved. Not to mention the fact that if you can't build a face in 100 counts or less, just use a timer. Anyhow, Okay, so you can ignore that rule. The game doesn't really give any kind of benefits. Like, for example, Dixit was brilliant. Dixit did the same thing, put out a card, and you say something, and then you put a card, everyone puts a card, mix them up, and then you try to guess the card the person threw out. This game misses a few of those rules that are in Dixit that make Dixit so cool. For one thing, if I put a card out and someone picks it, I get a point. So I'm trying to put a card out to get people to guess mine. The person giving the clues in Dixit, if everybody guesses it, if it's so obvious, then they get no points. Neither of those is here. So if you get a phrase that's pretty easy to make, you're just going to get points. There's no real strategy there. When I play a card, I'm like, well, I'll play this one. I'm trying to distract other people from guessing the correct one, but that's pretty much the best benefit I'll get. And the game is very samey, right? It's just making these pieces into a face. You're going to do that again and again and again and again. You have only so many cards, and then all these other problems, and the whole thing just is like, well, that was a cool idea, but I wouldn't buy it. And that's kind of what I would recommend here. Is probably not to get this one because it's a cool idea, but I don't think it's enough to carry the weight of a party game. They've made some fantastic party games. Insider from them is a fantastic one. Mr. Face, on the other hand, unfortunately, is not. Dice Tower Judgment, half-baked.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.